light. Love and light. Love and light. Love and light. Love and light. We're going to start right off with an affirmation. I am the love and light that I expect to receive. I am the love and light that I expect to receive. I am the love and light that I expect to receive. I am the love and light that I expect to receive. And so it is. We're only receiving what we put out, family. Regardless of how we feel about whatever we may be experiencing, because it's a lot going on. The shifts are real. New moon energy. It's just that, new moon energy. We're seeing exactly what we have been putting out. We're getting it in some way, shape, or form through somebody in all our interactions. We allow the privilege, because to some it's a privilege, and for others it's a blessing. It's a privilege for those who are aware enough to see it. And it's a blessing for those who meant to see it. I hope y'all been taking time to take time for yourself. Rest, rejuvenate. Learn, unlearn, relearn oneself by what's going on within through our interactions with others. We learn who we are through the people that we interact with, through the people that we connect with. We learn who we are through interfacing with others. Work, rest, pull back, unplug, heal, work, rest, pull back, unplug, heal. That's the process. And that has been the process for most of us. Plug in, observe, analyze, reanalyze, realize, dismiss, cancel, clear, delete. That's the process. It has been the process for most of us. What that means to me is that we have the right to be who we are. You have the right to be you, just like I have the right to be me. Nobody has no say-so in that but oneself. It may appear that way, but at some point in time, we must become the sole controller of our journey. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness to the cosmic consciousness, family and soul tribe. I hope everybody's feeling good for no reason at all, operating in the truest, highest version and radiation of your authentic self, being who you came here to be. Don't open the door that we don't intend to walk through. We as human beings have a habit, a lot of times, of thinking that we want and desire things. The doors could be people, places, or things. But we as human beings have a tendency to want and desire things that's not always healthy for us. And we don't realize that until we have acquired that thing. It's like eating a piece of cake and you know that you have certain allergic reactions, or you know that the cake is going to disagree with us, and then we eat the cake anyway. Don't open the door that we're not ready to walk through. And to flip that another way is, we have to get rid of the old before we try to bring in the new. Otherwise, the old gonna pop up in the mess. When it's time to show the world the real you, but I mean the real you, make sure you're rooted, make sure you're stable, make sure you're grounded in the oneness with the one. Whatever the one may be to you, source, spirit, God, whatever you call it. Make sure you're grounded and rooted in your higher self when it's time to show the world who you really are. I don't know who I'm talking to. It's something for everybody. And if it don't resonate, it just don't resonate. It's not your time. Shifts, dark moments, or going through the shadow of the soul, which is a shift, don't always feel good. It don't always feel good, but it gives us the time to see things that we wouldn't normally see. It gives us a chance to experience things in a deeper way than we cognized it on the surface. Shifts don't always feel good, but they always give us an opportunity to do something we didn't do before. If we cellularly elevate, if we elevating from the inner man, then we able to celebrate through it all. So I salute those who are able to celebrate it, break through it all, because that means that you're purifying your life to have a purified life. Salute to those who purifying their life to have a purified life. Salute to those who realize that life isn't about winning at all costs. And we don't have no problem with those who have a tendency to want to win at all costs. We salute everybody on their journey, wherever they are, where they are. But be warned that sometimes winning at all costs may just have you losing everything that you appear to be gaining. What we reap, we shall sow. Because we can't keep what we owe. The universe gonna get it out of us. Some way, some shape, in some form. And that's why I'm so glad that in all our likeness, and all of what would appear to be our similarities, that you can't copycat my spirit, and I can't copycat yours. And I wouldn't want to be none of y'all. And I hope that everyone else would feel the same way, because it would be so bored, family. It would be so bored if we was all the same. So I'm grateful. And gratitude is a wonderful quality to start building in your life. Gratitude in everything and for everything, the good and the bad, for better or for worse. Gratitude. Because what we call our life, as we know it, it didn't all happen at once. It took a series of events, a series of experiences, a series of emotions, a series of growth, series of maturity. We appear here through layers. We came from a clot to shape and form, a process. My point is, sometimes, instead of winning at all costs, which is the fast way, is to learn how to travel the road less traveled. Slow and steady, win the race. Slow and steady, win the race. It's good to be able to stay in our lane and keep our vision on what's in front of us. Like the horse in a race, it has on a bit and bridle. So even if it can't see what's on the side of it, all it knows is to keep going forward. It's about what you on earth to do. It's about what we on earth to do as spiritual beings. Through what we know. Higher learning and higher living go hand in hand. Higher learning and higher living go hand in hand. And as I was meditating on that, when it occurred to me, and I wrote it down and I meditated on it, what was it really trying to speak to me? And then it was so crystal clear. Higher living and higher learning go hand in hand because it don't happen in the head. It happen in the heart. Somebody will catch it, but who it's for is going to be the only one who catch it. Because everybody has a healed to be able to receive what it's saying. Higher learning and higher living go hand in hand. But it happens in the heart, not the head. I'd rather feel good, family. I'd rather feel good for me than to be right for you. And a lot of times we have to take those stances because we're always being tested. We are energetic beings. So our energy will always be tested through lower forms and lower frequencies, through incidents and occurrences, through experiences. You may just be walking down the street and, somebody swerve your way or somebody just flick their finger at you. How are you going to respond? See, these are the things that will take you out of your place, of your highest space. These are the things that will take you out of the place of your highest space if we're not self-aware of what's really going on. It's better to feel good than to be right. And then feeling good, we're aware of how we're tuning ourselves, what we're tuned into, and how what we are tuned into is affecting us. And it's important because our own thinking is the first culprit. I'm gonna say it again. Our own thinking is the first culprit. And there's so much coming through that negative thoughts, we have to keep our mind on. Not keep our mind on, but be watchful for at all times. Don't let the negative thoughts creep in and keep you from feeling good for no reason at all, because they're going to be trying. And I'm sure they probably already are. A lot of y'all resonating with this. But it's occurring to help us learn more and more on how to leave the ego behind. We got to get ourselves out the way. A lot of times, in all that we want to do, and all that we aspire to achieve, and all that we want to accomplish, we be in the very way of the thing that we want to do, the thing that we want to accomplish and achieve. Sometimes our desire, our ambitions, when driven from an incorrect space, be the things that be blocking us from what's right in our grasp of accomplishing. Because we're so self-driven, and that's a good thing, but it's when it go the wrong way that we be blocking the very thing that's coming through us, the very information, the very inspiration, the very motivation that's coming through us to empower us to accomplish the thing that we're trying to accomplish. Happy manifestation, everybody. Because what the universe is giving us or allowing us to have is the very thing that we are giving ourselves. What are we allowing the universe to do through us is another thing that we get the opportunity to look at and observe. And it's a much more easier process as long as we don't get in the way to be perfect. We allow perfection to get in the way of our passion. That's what that means. As long as we don't get in the way to be perfect, then the passion can unfold. And a lot of times, we be trying to be perfect for external reasons, for external causes. But I'd rather feel good for me than to be right for you. We gotta stay shielded, family. We gotta stay protected. We gotta know how to cancel harsh energy and the energies of others that want to invade, want to bombard, want to come in, you know, and parasite off you. It's good to know how to delete, cancel, and record, because it's always something lurking. It's always something seeking to take you off your square. And it's important to know when our energetic field is trying to be penetrated. I'm glad my ancestors don't play by me, you hear me? And I'm glad I don't play by myself when it comes to knowing how to use my intuition. And I hope you don't play by yourself when it comes to using yours. Because while some still trying to figure out how their intuition works, I take pride in using my intuition for work. That's why I'm still here, doing what I choose to do through this divine work. And to get to that place, to get in that space, at some point, you gotta get tired of your own shit. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you gotta get tired of your own shit. And when you get tired of your own shit, when self-respect is showing its face to you, when self-love has taken another meaning to you, when things like compassion and integrity and morality is meaning things to you that they never meant before, it's when you start to see those who don't respect your journey. Because a lot of times, it's when we realize that we was on a journey that we didn't even know what we was on until certain people came in our life to show us where we was at with ourselves. But when people don't respect your journey, when you respect your journey, you know who don't. And when people don't respect your journey, then you know what to do. Everybody has a season. Everybody has a season. And when it's your season, ain't nothing nobody can do to stop it. And what made me touch on that is because it's crazy how you could try to speak life in places and it don't be accepted. And I say it in another way to say you can't speak life where death been accepted. And sometimes death, when we speak life in places that death been accepted, the death don't even know it being accepted there in the life form that we may be talking to. Because it's so hard to see light where darkness is still dwelling. So I say that to say, it's gonna take more than knowing that we God. You hear me? It's gonna take more than knowing that we divine. Self-examination, brutal self-honesty. That's how it works, family. Don't let them textbooks fool you. It's gonna take more than just knowing that we God, just knowing that we divine. Self-examination and brutal self-honesty. That's how it works. Because it's the things that we go out our way to prove to the world. And when I say the world around us, it's the things that we go out our way to prove to the world around us that we don't go out our way to prove to ourselves. And I get to see this flagrantly, especially in the so-called spiritual community, by what we can't do in ourselves. That shows in all that we appear to be doing in this matrix of the world. Your greatest work in the world, family. Our greatest work in the world. My greatest work in the world is always going to be the work you do on oneself, on yourself, the work I do on myself. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Feel good for no reason at all. Remain true and authentic to the best version of yourself. Thanks for your likes. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your donations. Thanks for those who shot with me. Thanks for your subscribe. Thanks for your comments, man. Thanks for just being you. Thanks for being genuine. And even when you ain't, I am your host and co-pilot, Sawu the God. Peace, family. Love y'all.